Welcome to Learn English Easily channel. I am Ramya Suresh. Today we are going to learn the structure of simple present tense. In last video we have learned definition for simple present tense and usage of simple present tense. Today we are going to learn its structure with its example. Let us learn. Here I have given examples with picture. So before seeing the examples, just look at the picture and what are the action they are doing. The first one, the girl is dancing, the boy is making burger. In third picture, two boys are reading. The verb is dance, make and read. So I said that while we are learning tenses, I said that in tenses the verb is going to play a main role by changing its form. So in simple present tense, here too the verb change its form as per the number of the subject. Let us see the example. She dances on the stage. He makes burger. Ram and Sam read together. See, while the verb is followed by a singular subject, the verb started to add s or es to it. But when we have a plural subject, that means two or three subjects, the verb remains the same. That means it used to take its V1 from the root form of the verb. So in simple present tense, when the main verb is followed by a singular subject, the verb changes its form by adding s or es. Go converted into goes, read into reads. That means when the main verb is followed by a singular subject. But when the verb is followed by a plural subject, the verb remains same. It doesn't add anything to it. Before we are entering into the general structure, let us learn what are the pronouns that we use in a sentence. We all know that what is pronoun. The pronoun is nothing but a word we use instead of noun. It's called pronoun. Here I have tabulated the first person, second person, third person along with its singular pronoun and plural subject. Let us learn the first person singular and plural form. The first person singular is I, first person plural is we, second person singular and plural is you, third person singular is he, she, it, and third person plural is they. And you have a doubt why I just had highlighted the third person singular alone. Because in simple present tense, when the main verb is followed by a singular subject, that means a third person singular subject, the verb change its form by adding s or es to it. That's why I just highlighted the singular subject. Because when we have a third person singular in simple present tense, surely we have to add s or es with the verb. Let us learn as structure, general structure. So what is the structure for simple present tense? The subject, it will be followed by a main verb. That means a root verb. Or sometimes the verb changes its form by adding s or es to it, and object. Remaining part remains the same. So I have given few examples by explaining that when my main verb is followed by a singular subject, it adds its s, and when we have a plural subject, it remains same. That means it takes V1 form of the verb. Let us learn. He drives a car. I am speaking about a boy. He may be a Ram, Somu, Sam, anyone else, but I am speaking about a boy, a single boy. So we have a singular, so the verb takes its plural form. He drives, he eats, he swims, she swims, she rides, it barks, it sleeps. So when we have a singular subject, the verb take its SRES form. And next, the third one, my brother and I. That means here I am speaking about two subjects. So we are going to use only the root form of the verb. My brother and I play tennis. They play, they eat, we swim, they swim, you swim, I swim. So when we have the plural subject or first person singular, in simple present tense, we are going to use only the root form of the verb. When the main verb is followed by a subject or pronoun, I, we, you, they, and plural subject, we have to write only the root form of the verb in present tense. And next, I just divided the structure for singular subject and plural subject. Because if the both is mingled in a same structure, sometimes we used to confuse. In order to make it clear that where we have to add s or es, where we should not add s or es. I just divided the structure for singular subject and plural subject in order to keep the structure of simple present tense in mind. So when we have a singular subject, when the verb followed by a singular subject, the verb must add, we have to add s or es to it. Subject plus verb with s or es and plus object. The extension means sometimes the sentence may contain object or sometimes it may be an extension. It speaks about the subject or anything else. So remaining part of the sentence we call it as an extension. Look at the example. He writes a letter. So what he is doing? Writes. So write is a verb. I just highlighted the verb and look at the subject. So all subject are singular. He, my father, we are, Hari. So all these examples are the third person singular speaking about some particular person. So when the subject is singular, the verb which is following after the singular subject, we must add s or es to it. Instead of write, if there is a verb go, what we have to write? He goes to school. So but we have here write. So he writes a letter. So as per the verb, we have to add s or es to it. When a verb ends with a vowel sound, we have to add es to it. And when it ends with consonant, we are going to add only the s. My father reads newspaper every morning. So every we learn this is a keyword which represents simple present tense. So my father reads newspaper. Ria plays guitar. Hari follows the instruction. So I just highlighted the verb which changes form when it is followed by a singular subject. And next here it is a general structure for plural subject. So that's why I gave the two pictures, the two squirrels. The subject, when we have a plural subject, the verb remains same. That means it takes its root form of the verb. Write, go, sleep, build, this. But when we have a singular, we are going to add s or es to it. The subject, it will be followed by V1 form of the verb and object. So let us see the example. I write a story. So while I am explaining the pronoun, I said that if a verb is followed by a pronoun I, we should not add s or es to it. So in simple present tense, we are going to write the V1 form of the verb when the main verb is followed by the pronoun, the first person singular. So I write a story. We eat pizza. They play piano. Rani and Veni sing a song. So all are the plural subject. So when it is followed by a main verb, the main verb remains same by taking its root verb in simple present tense. So keep in mind that when the verb is followed by a singular subject in present tense, simple present tense, we have to add s or es to it. When the verb is followed by a plural subject or first person singular I, we have to write only the root verb. We should not add s or es to the main verb. Next, I just given here few examples in order to brush up the structure for singular subject. So I just give an example for all singular subject as I can able to give. He, look at the subjects alone first. He, she, it, my granny, my brother, he. So all these subjects are singular subject. Then look at the verb. Reads, cooks, barks, goes, plays, follows. So all verb changes form by taking s or es with it. So it is easy to keep in mind that when we have a singular subject in simple present tense, the verb surely changes its form by adding s or es to it. We have to add s or es only with the main verb. So I have given add s or es to the main verb. He reads a book. She cooks biryani. It barks. My granny. I am speaking about my grandmother. My granny goes to temple. My brother. I am speaking about my brother. That means only one brother. My brother plays football. He follows the instruction given by his mother. Sometimes we can use the noun, the name of a person instead of using pronouns. Ram follows the instruction given by his mother. Ram swims in the pool. Rani dances well. So when the main verb is followed by a singular subject, we have to add s or es to the main verb. And next one, this is the brush up slide for a plural subject. So when the main verb is followed by a plural subject, write root form of the verb. That means we have to write only the V1 form of the verb. Don't add s or es to it. Just now look at the example. I write a letter. You sing a song. They play guitar. Rani and Reena play guitar. We paste poster. So just look at the subject first, which I have underlined. I, you, they, Priya and Reena, we. So these are the plural subject. When the main verb is followed by a plural subject, we have to use only the main verb. We should not add s or es to it. If you add s or es to it, when the main verb is followed by a plural, you may lose your mark in your exam. So keep in mind that when the main verb is followed by a plural subject of first person singular I, we should not add s or es to the main verb. Next, I am using to say what is V1 verb, what is V1 verb. So I just, in order to brush up the V1 form of the verb, I have given this tabular column of verb at the last. So what is V1 verb? The V1 verb is nothing but the root verb, and we call root verb as the main verb. So I just tabulated the verb. So just see the present form. Go is also V1, goes is also V1. So goes is nothing but when we have a singular subject, we can use the verb goes, reads, builds, watches. But when we have plural subject, go, read, build, which. So build, watch. So the first verb, go, read, build, watch is the V1 verb. And also I had given the verb which add s or es to it. And V2, went, read. The same spelling but pronunciation in past tense is read, built, watched. Past participle, gone, read, built, watched. So in simple present tense, we have to concentrate only on the column, the V1 verb column. So I just given the main verb which changes form when it is followed by a singular subject. So I think you all understand what is V1 verb. Here is a few examples. So I have just given the example. You have to find. Now by seeing this slide, you have to identify why we have added s or es to the verb and to which subject. Just listen. Ram learns Carnatic music. Ram, singular person, singular subject, so I added s to it, to the verb learn. So it became learns. Sheila, singular. She goes to temple every Friday. She has an habit of going to temple on every Friday. Simple present tense. So subject is singular, so I added es to the main verb. Then it became goes. My cousins. Cousins is a plural. So we have to write only root form of the verb. My cousins work in London. One of my sisters. Consider that I have four sisters. I am speaking about only one sister among four. So it is a singular. One of my sisters is a singular subject. I am speaking about one sister among four. Attends the function. His mom cooks well. I am speaking about his mom, not my mom. So my mom is also singular. His mom is also singular. The children, plural subject, watch cartoon movies. So when we have plural, we should not add s or es to the main verb. So children watch cartoon movies. They build a house. They is a plural subject. Dinesh drinks coffee. So Dinesh is a singular. So when the main verb is followed by a singular subject, we have to add s to the main verb. So it became drinks. Dinesh drinks coffee. I think you all learned what is the structure for simple present tense. I will be back with next topic. Until then, thank you and bye bye. Don't forget to share and subscribe my video. Thank you all.